Hi, welcome to the garden today. Today I'm going to be laying out where I'm going to be planting all the tomatoes. Probably going to be planting those next 2 or 3 days. Got it laid out, mapped out, grid out, and this is, got them labeled of what tomato plants I'm going to be planting. I'm going to have 100 tomato plants planted here, which I think is actually more than last year. I'm doing a little bit different on my paste tomatoes. I'm going to plant them closer together. I think space them 3 foot apart is too far, so I'm going to do half that, see how that works better. But to kind of show you what I'm doing, let me turn you around here. This is my layout. Each row's a different type of tomato. So the first types are going to be my cherry tomatoes, and that's also actually a great tomato. That's Mountain Vineyard. And over here is going to be a purple bumblebee, a sun sugar, sun gold, a chocolate cherry, another chocolate cherry, coyote, and it's actually a currant tomato, a very small one, yellow tomato. Jasper, it's a very disease resistant tomato. It's resistant for another Jasper. It's resistant for late blight, which I had problems with last year. Another coyote. I don't like planting tomatoes side by side a lot of times because it might just be a bad spot in the garden. There's purple zebra. I've never grown that one before, so it's gonna be new for me. Another sun gold. I mean, most people love sun gold, so plant a lot of that. Another sun sugar, which is an improved sun gold, supposedly. Tastes probably not quite as good, but it's supposed to be less chance of splitting. Purple bumblebee, again. Another Mountain Vineyard, and then one I haven't done yet, because after I get them all planted, I will look and see which tomato plant looks good and just lay one there. These here are my indeterminate tomatoes, and that's Lemon Boy, and that's gonna be Chef's Choice Black, Brandywine Pink, Lucky Cross, Polish, which is supposed to be a really good taste one, but doesn't look, looks ordinary, supposed to have a really good taste. Cherokee Purple, an heirloom. Dr. Wychie, an heirloom. It has good flavor, does not keep very good, and it's not real productive for me anyway. Chef Black, another one of those, and it's one that's a hybrid that's got disease resistance to it. Cherokee Carbon, first year I'm growing it, they mixed the Cherokee and the Carbon together and also gave it some disease resistance. So while it's a hybrid, it is supposed to have the good disease resistance in it. We'll see. Lemon Boy, and another Cherokee Carbon, large barred boar. Supposed to be a really pretty tomato. Haven't grown it before either. Aunt Ruby's green, and that's one that was recommended that I plant. Another Aunt Ruby's green, another large barred boar, another Polish at the end. So that's going to be all my indeterminate varieties. Okay. Now down here, well, I got 2 rows of indeterminate, so I will correct myself. So I've got 3 that I have not determined yet. Another Lemon Boy, another Brandywine Pink, another Lucky Cross, a Green Giant. I grew it last year. It was my biggest tomato I ever grown, I think. Mountain Magic, another one that's supposed to be enough to be late blight resistant. Another Brandywine Pink, another Lucky Cross, another Green Giant, Big Zack, and what a name. It's supposed to be a really big tomato. That's all I know about it. So, gonna give it a try. Mountain Magic again, another Dr. Wychie, Cherokee Purple, and Big Zack on the end again. I like to give all tomatoes 2 varieties if I can, just so if one just seems to be bad, you don't, discriminate against it too hard, because you can just have a bad spot in your garden and they not produce well. It has nothing to do with the tomato variety itself. So if you got 2 of them, I know one year I had a sun gold on one end of my row, and another one on the other end of another sun gold on the other end. One of them did really, really well, and the other one didn't do good at all. So same variety, grow at the same time. Everything else the same, but sometimes, especially in the rows, sometimes it can change. Okay, these are my determinate varieties, and got two of them I haven't decided on. And all these will be repeaters. But anyway, it's Defiant, Hosinator, another Defiant, another Hosinator, another Hosinator, a Defiant, a BHN 589. This one again was recommended by one of the viewers. See how it tastes. It's supposed to taste better than the others. It's supposed to have good disease resistance also. Another Defiant, and Defiant is resistant to fire blight. I mean, I keep saying fire blight, so I've been thinking about pears. It's resistant to late blight. So another Defiant, another Hosinator. Like I said, I tried to mix these up best I could. BHN 589, and another Hosinator. A Cherokee Red, which does not have Cherokee purple lineage to it. Again, it's the late blight resistant. See how it does. Another BHN 589. Now over here is where I'm planting my paste tomatoes, and so far I've got 3 different paste tomatoes. I've got the Tachi right there, and I've also got banana legs, and I got Invincible somewhere right here. And I may or may not, well, just so you see how to spell Invincible, if I spelled it right. But that's kind of how close I'm going to be planting them together. So 18 per row, and I ran out of tags. I still got some more at the house, but I'll probably grow those, you know. And 36 is a lot of plants. Got to make sure I got enough plants. I may have to buy some, you know, Romas or something from the store to fill it in. But these 2 rows can be my paste tomato rows, and we're going to see how they do. I think should be a good year. We're getting it in early. I checked the long range forecast. They have one day the temperature is like 46 or 47 degrees as the low. The rest of them are in the 50s, or some even the 60s for lows. So we're taking a chance. I do have ability to cover these if I need to. May have to. I probably have to, but I will get a jump and get things up and growing, because summer's coming, and that's why you want to plant these things early. You don't want to wait around forever and say, hey, I'm gonna wait and plant it when all danger of frost is gone, and then you're killing yourself on the other end with hot weather. So if you got an ability to, now if you can't cover them, yeah, you need to wait. Probably need to wait till middle of March. But if you got the ability to cover them, if you have to, we're probably not going to be getting any, you know, temperatures in the 20s. We might get another frost. Could get, you know, a light freeze. But you can cover that and give them to survive. But anyway, that's where we're going to be planting tomatoes. So we're probably going to start that again. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so it'll probably be partly Sunday between church, and then Monday I'll try to get all these things planted. I'll try to show you what they look like after we plant them. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.